The first thing to do in this class is to find a subject in biology to focus on. To do this, you need to identify where your greatest interest is in biology. Let's look at the different scales of studying biology and see how different aspects of biology fit into them. This is by no means a definitive guide, but rather a general framework to help you identify your interests. Also, I'm focusing on human biology, as that is my particular interest. The level that is easiest to observe is usually at the level of the individual organism, a human. It is roughly 2 meters in height, relatively weak, but makes up for its defenselessness by being too smart for its own good. It is a remarkable beast. When we pull in closer, we can look at the processes that keep this beast in homeostasis. This is physiology. It involves several organs working together to control the organism's internal environment. Closer still, we can look at the groups of cells in the organs that are used by the physiology. These are tissues, which are composed of several different cell types. At this point, we are using microscopes. The next level to observe is the individual cell. Since we are talking about eukaryotic cells, they can be viewed easily with a light microscope. Fine details of their structure can be seen with an electron microscope. Below the level of the cell, we are looking at macromolecules. This is biochemistry. There is no good way to directly view these, so we study them with indirect methods. Below the level of the macromolecule is the level of individual small molecules and how they interact, which is chemistry. If we break apart atoms and molecules, we get to subatomic particles, protons, neutrons, and electrons. These can be further split into fermions and bosons, which are further divided. These are all the domain of physics. If we go in the opposite direction of the human animal, we can talk about its behavior. At this level, we talk about how a human gets the resources it needs to survive and reproduce. Individual humans interact with each other, sometimes socially and sometimes competitively. This is the group level of organization. Humans interact with all of the other species in their habitat and with the physical environment as well. The study of this is ecology. The largest scale that ecology can be studied at is the realm of the entire Earth, or the biosphere. If we go larger than the biosphere, we are back in the realm of physics with astronomy. Biology is generally thought of as covering everything from the biochemistry level to the ecology level. Having decided on the level of biology to study, let's look at which disciplines cover each of these levels. Physiology occupies the organ and tissue areas and can be divided into many different systems. The integumentary system studies the skin, the largest organ of the body. The skeletal-muscular system gives the body structure and movement. The cardiovascular system transports oxygen, nutrients, and wastes around the body. The excretory system cleanses the blood of metabolic wastes. The respiratory system exchanges oxygen for CO2. The digestive system breaks down food and absorbs nutrients. The nervous system provides rapid coordination of the other systems. The endocrine system provides long-term regulation of the other systems. The reproductive system produces gametes and incubates new humans, in the case of females. And the lymphatic and immune systems protect the body from foreign invaders. There are several different disciplines that study the human beast at the cellular level. Transmission genetics is classical genetics, which studies the inheritance of genes. Molecular genetics studies how genes are turned on and off, as well as how they are transcribed, how the RNAs are processed, and how these are translated into proteins. Cell signaling studies how cells receive and respond to signals from the nervous and endocrine systems. Cellular reproduction studies the control mechanisms that cause a cell to divide, mitosis, or stop dividing. Cancer biology involves a combination of cellular signaling and cellular reproduction. Biochemistry is the study of the macromolecules that make up cells. Biomolecules are the lipids, proteins, carbohydrates, and nucleic acids that cells use. Bioenergetics studies how cells use organic molecules to put their energy into a usable form, ATP. Much of biochemistry today involves determining the structure of proteins. The structure of the protein determines how it functions. Finally, biochemistry studies the kinetics of enzyme reactions. If we look at the other end of the scale, The human beast as a whole can be studied at the level of pathophysiology and medicine. We call the study of behavior the human animal psychology. Biopsychology has a more biology-focused approach to this. At the group level, humans can be studied in disciplines such as anthropology and public health. Finally, in ecology, the effect of the human beast on its environment is studied. This includes interactions with plants, animals, fungi, and bacteria that this beast encounters. When choosing which area to study, start from the broad and focus to a narrow subject area. Decide which scale of biology you find most interesting, choose a discipline in that area, and research to see what new discoveries are being made in that area. If you don't like humans, and many people don't, choose another organism to study and do a similar narrowing of your focus. In the end, choose a very narrow topic that you will spend the rest of the semester studying.